In the 1930s, when I was born, and in the 1940s during the wartime, I always wanted to be a dancer. But in those days it was very hard because we had a farm and our fathers and uncles and mothers and aunties and grandparents wanted us to sort of grow up as strong young men and toil the farm. But there was no idea that I wanted to be anything like that. I wanted to be a dancer. I lived in a fantasy world as a child, and I wanted to be a dancer simply because I used to go along shops during the day, and because we were poor, a family of 13, we really couldn't afford all of us to go to the movies, and we never had hardly any money for going out for luxury. So what I used to do was I used to pinch milk crate bottles and little lemonade and orange drinks bottles, because those days you got 1 penny or 2 pennies or threepence for your bottles. And I think as a child in those days you were allowed to go into the movies. I think it was sixpence for children in those days. So if I raked up sixpence after stealing bottles and taking them to the shops, because the shops just let us give us money for the bottles, I used to go into the movies. I was fascinated as a child because we had the beautiful black and white movies. We had famous and fabulous film stars like Gloria Swanson, Mae West. You had Greta Garbo. You had some of the most beautiful Hollywood stars you can ever think of. And I wanted to be a dancer when I saw these wonderful movies. And before the main movie started, you had news. And I was fascinated because this wonderful lady came on screen. I thought, my goodness, who is this beautiful lady? And she looked absolutely stunning. She had veil all over her face, and I was fascinated. I found out that her name was Mata Hari. She was a secret agent, and she was a spy, and she was a traitor. She came from Netherlands, and she became a traitor for the Germans during her time, during the wartime, and she was executed by the French soldiers in her time. And not only was she a spy and a secret agent, but she was also an exotic dancer, and that's what fascinated me. I've collected her pictures and photographs and put them in my album through the years, all through my lifetime, and read her life story. Not only her was I fascinated with, I was also fascinated with another unusual dancer by the name of Salome. Salome was another beautiful dancer who was famous for the dance of the 7 veils. And not only was she an unusual dancer like Mata Hari, she wanted John the Baptist's head to be delivered on a plate. And I thought, what a fascinating lady. And then one more that I was fascinated with was another one called Lola Montez, who was in the movie Cobra Woman. And through the years that I grew up and became a dancer, I wanted to be an exotic dancer, a belly dancer, and dance with snakes. So that's what happened when I was a dancer in my 20s. I became and played the part of those 3 wonderful and beautiful women who made history through their lifetime.